Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Looking forward to bringing you something new and different. Some people may already have heard of these things, obviously trading bots and grid bots and all this kind of stuff. But if you haven't, this is a very hands-off approach to setting up something. And Bill's setting up a lot of these bots that you can just sort of set and forget within reason, making it really easy for the person who doesn't know how to maybe set up this stuff or doesn't want to take the risk or have done these in the past and lost some money. Just like liquidity farming oftentimes can be very lucrative, but unfortunately it also takes some efforts on your part. So if you wanted something more passive, as we try and put through on this channel, this is a way to do so. A little forewarning, obviously, like anything that I do videos about, and I think this gets understated a lot of times, I am simply here to try and give information. If you choose to invest, that must be your decision to make. Do not get into anything that I talk about on my channel just based on me saying it, and especially don't complain to any YouTuber for something you got into and chose to click the button on just because they talked about it. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you take a look at this stuff. I will try and vet things as best as possible. I've over time become more and more selective on things that I will put on my channel to make sure that I've vetted it as best as I can to make sure we're not gambling here, although much of this is still gambling regardless of which. But I will try and make sure that I'm as protective as possible of the content I put out. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be perfect. During the last bull run, pretty much everything failed. Pretty much only the only stuff still standing is Flex, Nugget, and Monstros, and a few other up front. Like there's very few things still left that actually stayed standing throughout all that crap. So keep in mind, take profits, ROI, all this kind of stuff is very, very important to do. On that note, let's talk about Pinex. As I said, I'm going to try and be as comprehensive as I can to make sure you guys understand how to get into this. There was lots of questions last night, so I've tried to handle as many of those as I could to make sure that this is as comprehensive as possible to get you set up and earning. So, and I'll show you what I've done and some of the things that you need to make sure of. So in here, if you click on when you get into the Discord or the Telegram, sorry, which I'll leave this link in the description below, or if you're already in any Flex stuff, you can find the link to the Flex crypto grid bots anywhere you want. Keep in mind, you need to keep liquidation, you need to keep some profits inside the bot, and we'll go through all that stuff later. And first off, we're going to head over to the website, and you're going to get that link from the Telegram. When you go to the Telegram, sorry, I don't know if I explained this, kick that push pin, scroll all the way up to the top, and there it is. And again, they've also put in here some ExpressVPN and NordVPN links. These do give referral codes back to them. I'm not making a cent on any of this. This video is not a paid video. I want you to use all their stuff because it helps the Flex ecosystem, which I am a part of, and so it benefits the many instead of the few if you use all these links and stuff wherever you can, including even these bots that Bill's created. There's kind of a profit sharing going on here, and that those funds will benefit the Flex ecosystem as well. So keep that in mind. Win all around for everybody while you're printing some money. So when you go onto that push pin and scroll up to the top, you're going to go there. Make sure your VPN is set up. So you're going to want that first before you even click on this link, preferably. Not as big a deal, though. You basically want the VPN hooked up as you go. So make sure you get that all set up first. I won't go through that. There's probably tons of videos on how to set up a VPN and all that stuff. I will go through a couple of features you want to focus on. The other thing is Pinex does not support phone numbers and services and KYCs and all that stuff through these countries. So make sure you're not using anything related to them, including your VPN and all that stuff. And again, kill switch on, which I'm going to go through in a moment. So with your VPN, I've just set it up through Argentina, I think. So that seemed to work. I'm actually going to use Palau for the ID because I know that works. You can use whatever you want. Some people I've seen use Mexico and different ones. So I'm set up under Argentina. That's fine. When you go to settings, connection, kill switch. Anytime you're going to this website, you're going to want to have this kill switch on before you go to it. That just means if you lose your VPS connection, it shuts everything down right away so that nothing accesses the internet without this. You will want to turn this off oftentimes for your day-to-day use. So really pretty much it's just a habit when you come to I actually don't have my VPS turned on most times, but when I do things like this, I want it turned on. So I'll turn it on, turn on the kill switch, and then log into the site and go from there. So just a very, very big point to keep up with. You will need to do a verification on here, so we'll go through that in a moment. The other little tidbit that somebody had mentioned, this way you can actually hide your email completely. So even if you wanted to use a Gmail that you have, you could use this IronVest site to create a masked email, and what that'll do is it'll sort of act as a funnel, so the email will look like it's this one, and then what they see is only that, and then you still get your emails forwarded to here. So you can actually go right here and just copy masked email address, or just click here to copy this. Oops, that's updated. We don't really need to update it. So there, that email is one I have copied. So I'm going to sign up. You don't want to sign up with any of this stuff. Ignore the Google and all that stuff. Click sign up with email. That's just putting my actual email in there, which I don't want for this one because I'm setting up a dummy account for you guys. So there's the email. Enter the password. I'm just going to enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exclamation mark ABC. Oops. Sign up. There, somebody can go into this account and use it. So once you signed up, because I've already got an account which I'll sign into afterwards to show you guys. And sometimes when you're on a VPS, it takes a little longer. I am a human. Oh wow, it's going to have you go through all the different things. Hold to unlock. There we go. And oh, weird. This is like, okay, I guess that's where it goes. Verify. That's a new one. I've never seen this one before. All right, input verification code. So that's probably going to go to my phone. And it'll go to that email address. Sorry, guys. I'm going to pause the recording for a second while I wait for this. All right, so a little delay there. I had to switch emails. For some reason, that IronVest, I'm not sure how good it is because it ended up delaying the process of getting the email to me with the account numbers or the access code. So I switched emails anyways, and I got in. So we've set this up. Basically, the first thing you're going to want to do now that you've gotten in here is take care of this KYC thing. A couple of things to note. You're not going to want to go to level 2. You just want level 1. So you'll click verify here. Level 2 will, it gives you much higher limits, but the problem is you're going to have a lot more scrutiny, government ID you need, all this different stuff. So to kind of just keep it easy, just go for level 1. It still gives you $20,000 limit every 24 hours to pull out, and withdrawal limit of 100,000. So I don't think anybody should be putting much more money than that into this whole setup. So just in case things go the other way. And as I said, for this I did Palau. You can do kind of whatever you want. Full legal name, Bob Burger. Submit. Oh, sorry, you got to check all these guys. I actually never seen Bob's Burger, but anyway, so I have watched a couple episodes, but verification. So there you are. So, and then if you want to, you can upgrade to level 2, but again, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Once you've done that, you will need an authenticator set up as well in order to move money around. So security wise, you'll go in here and create Google Authenticator. You can use whatever authenticator you want. You can use Google Authenticator. You can use Authy, I believe is another big one. So once you've installed the app, you can either install that app or Authy or any one that you want, or if you already have one, just use that one. You'll click this installed, please continue. And then obviously there'll be a QR code that will come up when it wants to hit up. Oh, it wants to know if I'm human again. Probably because I'm going from click the images that match. Little hedgehoggy guy. Gotta love it. And then confirm. Oh, sorry, it's going to send you an email again first. Darn, I'm going to pause for a second. All right, so now we're back and we put in our code, confirm. So the code, it's another email code that goes to you, and then you have this guy here. So you'll use your phone to scan this, and that'll add a revolving code for you to make sure that if you try and do anything, it's only you accessing it, and that'll be on your phone, and you'll take care of that. Once you add the code. It'll have a code that's changing every 60 seconds. You'll want to enter that in here, hit submit, and boom, you're authenticated. So now we'll go to my other account where I actually have everything set up. This one's pretty much never going to get used again, and we will go through the rest of the process. All right, so when you go to sign in, obviously you need your Google Authenticator, so I'm pulling mine up. And for this one, and confirm. And then you'll get in here. So this is the one I've set up. I've already got, so if you head over to your primary account, you can see anything that you already have set up. So I started this yesterday. I actually made $10 yesterday and another $6.32 today, and that was on $50. So some of these do have different requirements. The BTC one, for instance, I think some of them you need to have like even up to $2,000. I just started something up quicker. I'm going to add some funds here from some of my other projects that I'm earning on and move funds into here as time goes on, and start increasing the bots that I'm doing to try and earn some income. So as you can see, the Doge one is doing quite well. One thing to keep in mind though, you don't want to be going in at a peak, right? So we've had a pretty good uptick for today of Doge, so you don't necessarily want to be entering in at this high kind of thing. You want to try and find a bot that has a pullback that it's doing. So good to do a little bit of due diligence beforehand. It's not the end of the world, but just something to keep in mind. I believe when you go to click on the bots and stuff, you're going to see some of that stuff. So let's head over and let's click on a different one. I'm not going to put money in. The first thing you're going to want to do actually when you get this account set up is deposit. Again, keep in mind you want to be very careful with things here. You're going to want to choose most likely USDT to bring in. You can pull in anything obviously, but if you have USDT, it's probably the one that's paired the most. Once you get it in there, let's say you're doing, because there is an ETH BTC bot. If you're doing that one, you need to have BTC in your wallet instead of USDT, but you can always swap it in here really inexpensively. Obviously choose your chain properly, so make sure wherever you're bringing your money in from that you choose the proper chain, and that will give you an address here. You copy this address, go into your wallet, and send the money over to that address. You don't need to do anything on here. You just literally send the money. It'll automatically connect it to your account based on this address that's been created for you. So it's already got tracking built in. It came in super quick. Like it showed up here right away, and then it has to do some blockchain stuff, making sure that validating the funds you're sending. So it does 100 verifications, and then once that's done, it says complete, and your money's ready to go. So once you go to the Telegram, back to the Telegram, you're going to click on any of the, so they've already opened up a ton of bots here. You can go through the chat, have some conversations, take a look, like I said, what has happened with any of the bots, and try and find one that's good for you. And all you do is click on this little link, and it'll take you right in there. So once your money is ready to go, this will automatically connect right to your account. You do want to try and see that this is, if you can find one that's in the red, that's usually a good time to get in. Bill's already doing a lot of the analysis and stuff, and as you can see, 10% of the profits get shared, and that goes into the Flex ecosystem. And you'll just click copy the bot. It'll automatically take you then to the next screen. So that where that says green 300 and some percent, like I said, you probably want to try and find one. It's not the end of the world. Try and find one that's down. Most of the ones they're doing are in good shape. But for instance, the Doge one, maybe this is bad timing to get in because there could be a pullback. The nice thing with once you get started is if you've had a nice increase, the bot will take profit, and then that profit will be sitting there as the ability to buy back in as the token goes down in value or the coin goes down in value. So starting price, it shows you here. So basically if it's going down, you want to kind of maybe hold on. You can basically just slide this to whatever you want. So if you want to put 100% of your funds in there, and then you just activate bot. And that's really it. It's super, super simple. Like I said, the big things to keep aware of is your level 1 verification, your having your authenticator on. Otherwise, you're going to have issues trying to get your funds moved around in here and set up the bot. And look at the chart. I mean, if you're in a kind of a valley in here kind of thing, then it's probably a good time to try that one, because most of the bots they pick are not going to be anything bad. And like I said, have a chat. You can see what people are doing. There's a lot of talk about this one, but you will need a larger amount. I don't know if it says it here, but there's chats going on in here, and you can ask. But in the most part, a lot of the little ones, a lot of the odd ones, the kind of the altcoins, you're going to be able to put in. Like I said, I did $50 for one, and it worked no problem. And you can have some fun with it. I'd like to diversify in a few more of these and have some fun with it, and kind of get a better idea of what it's doing and how it's moving. But so far so good. Like, this is 2 days, and I've made $15. So on $50, that's a pretty sweet little reward, or return on there. And as I said, as it works, it'll take some of these profits off the table and then put them back in if there's a kind of a pullback. So it helps you make a little more than just hodling the token. And as there's ups and downs, you kind of keep buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, as it kind of goes through peaks and valleys. Even in a ever increasing market, which we should be in right now, you're just going to keep kind of buying the dip and then rising back up and selling, buying the dip and rising back up. So it'll give you a little better bang for your buck than just holding the token kind of thing. I think I've gone through most of the things. Just keep in mind, like I said, this is a third-party company, Pionex. This is not owned by Flex or anything like that. So there definitely is risks involved with if this company kind of goes away, all this kind of stuff. The not your keys, not your money is still applied here. So just don't start sending $10,000 into here and not benefit and just giving that money away and gambling it away, sort of thing. The nice thing though is you can realize some pretty good rewards and then take your risk off the table. If we have a pretty good bull market in a month or two, you can probably 2-3x potentially. Who knows? And then you can start pulling like 1x out so that you're playing with risk-free money all over these bots. Some people in the last month, I wish I had known about it or noticed it sooner. Some people in the last month have already 2-3x'd, pulled out their initial, and now they're just having some fun trying out the different bots and playing around with things. So something very, very fun and very low input. Like, you don't have to go and check this every day as much as it would be fun to keep checking it. You don't have to adjust things. You just kind of set it and forget it, and the bots will kind of do their thing as the market changes. That's the nice thing about grid bot trading. So thanks very much for joining me. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Please do head on into the Telegram, or like I said, I will put the Discord link down below when I have it fixed up and have the data moved over from the Telegram over, if you prefer to live in Discord land. And let people know where you're coming from if you can, and just enjoy having some fun with this market, because we're going to have hopefully a pretty darn decent pump over the next little bit, and hopefully we can enjoy some fruits of our labor as we go through that. So thank you very much, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day.